What's up, Platterheads? Welcome back to Urban Platter's Simply Good Cooking Show with me, Chef Nikhil. We're celebrating our Republic Day in a couple of days, and what better way to sort of cook your way through this milestone of this country than with one of the country's favorite dishes, that is biryani. So since it is quite a long process to really nail this biryani, without any further ado, let's get right into it. So now that the onions are well massaged, I'm gonna just let the salt do its work on this side. So now that my onions have been sort of dried out, as you can see, these onions have completely changed their color into a nice, even sort of a brown color, which is... And we'll just fry. I'm going to lower the heat. I'm using baby potatoes, but you can also use larger potatoes that you can cut in quarters or maybe even eighths, depending on the size. Like even this baby potato right here is quite big, so I'm just going to cut it into quarters. So I'm just going to add these potatoes one by one in here quickly. As you can see, my oil is not extremely hot right now. That's why the potatoes will take about 4 to 5 minutes to completely cook as well. The skin on the outside is going to get absolutely crispy. And then this is going to be part of like our layering of the biryani. These potatoes are now nice and crispy. I'm just going to transfer them to another plate that has a paper towel on it. So I have about 2 cups of our beautiful long grain basmati rice. And now I'm going to go ahead and strain our rice because it's been about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to grab a strainer, a little bit of a bowl. So now that our rice is well soaked, we can now divide it into 3 parts so that we know how much amount we need for each color, right? So I just have 3 bowls over here, into which I'm just going to add 2/3 of a cup of each color. So now we're ready to make the first rice, which is going to be our white rice. So this just goes right in. As I'm doing this, I also have the opportunity to now take all of my whole spices out, just so when you're eating, they're not stuck in your mouth, and it's a much more pleasant experience. So now that we have our white rice ready, it's time to go into one of the complicated rices. So we're going to be making our green rice next. So as we did for the first rice, I'm just going to add all of the rice into here, and we're going to be adding half a tablespoon of this beautiful freeze-dried spinach powder, and you'll see how the color of this water will change right away. We repeated the same procedure that we did with the white rice. I've just taken it out of the heat now and we'll just be straining. You can see the subtle hint of green through this. We don't want the rice to be too green as we're using natural colors. If you really want to go overboard and want your rice to be bright green, you would have to use artificial coloring as well. Same thing, we'll drain off the excess water from here. And for a beautiful orange colored rice, we'll be adding a little bit of this gorgeous saffron powder. A lot of the steps of our delicious Tiranga biryani are almost done now. We've created 3 colored rices, we fried our onions, we fried our potatoes, and now it's time to start making the masala itself. For the masala, we're going to be using some jackfruit, some soya chap, some cauliflower, some green peas, and once that masala is completely cooked, we can begin layering our biryani into that gorgeous Tiranga. So let's go ahead and make this masala. These onions will really drive home that biryani flavor when these are paired with the Awadhi masala. Something else. Now a quick drizzle over olive oil. We just blend it all together. Now we'll just mix all of these beautiful ingredients together just so that Awadhi masala can begin coating the soya chap as well as the jackfruit. If you have some vegan yogurt at home, you can add some yogurt to this as well. Cut these into small florets just so that they cook. So the first step, or rather the second step of making our masala is to begin cooking our cauliflower. Some salt to season it all. Now we'll carefully mix all of these in together. We don't want this masala to be too watery, right? We want all of the water that's coming out from the jackfruit and the vegetables to sort of evaporate, because if we don't, then our biryani will become too watery. We want the biryani to be slightly, but we also want all of that of the gorgeous Awadhi masala to completely cook as well. I'll be going in with some peas. It's time for a generous seasoning of salt. I'll just add a little bit of water to this, cover it completely and let that go for no more than 4 to 5 minutes. That looks absolutely smashing. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir. So now I'm going to cook it uncovered for about 2 minutes just so that all of that excess water and steam can sort of escape. And then we'll be ready to assemble the gorgeous biryani. So now that we've completed all of our steps in the prep of this biryani, it's time for us to build it into a gorgeous, rich, luxurious biryani for Republic Day. Here we'll add a few of these fried potatoes, some beautiful fried onions, a little bit of chopped coriander, a little bit of chopped mint, another layer of this masala. Now I'm just going to sort of pack this down and go ahead with our white rice. In this layer, I'm just going to give a little bit of a sprinkling of salt. I will just add a little bit of a sprinkling of this Awadhi masala, which will give us that floral essence as well, but not too much because we don't want the raw masala flavor here. Some of our chopped pudina, the mint leaves as well, masala. The much anticipated final layer goes on. So another gentle sprinkling of our Awadhi masala. And the last little bit of our chopped mint leaves as well. So I've now completed the layering of my biryani. I'm absolutely excited and happy with how it looks. I'm using a Dutch oven, which is sort of like a cast iron pot with an extremely heavy lid. This lid is as heavy as the bottom of the pot as well. So I won't be doing a dum where I'm going to be making a dough and covering it on the outside. But if you're making this at home in anything other than a Dutch oven, I recommend that putting your lid on like so and making that 1:1 ratio of flour to water dough and just slowly sealing the entirety of this. Now that my biryani is ready to go, I'm just going to put this on a very low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes so that all of those flavors inside of the biryani get activated again and start seeping into the rice to give you the most delicious vegan Tiranga biryani that is going to be a smashing favorite at your Republic Day party. This really beats, like it doesn't miss any of the non-veg, mutton and chicken. The jackfruit sort of brings that. The soya chap has that meatiness in it as well. The fried onions that we worked so hard on bring that luxury and royalty to this dish. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. Everything is cooked perfectly. The rice has its nice long strands. The spices have imparted their flavor as well. And what can I say about this gorgeous Awadhi Biryani Masala? It has saved me so much time not having to toast and grind my own spices, but just having the perfect balance of those spices in just this jar has just made my life making this biryani so much easier. I can do the same thing for you as well. So, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this. You should give us a like and hit that subscribe button so that you can get your weekly dose of amazing recipes just like this one. So I'll see you in the next video with another delicious recipe.